Hello people, welcome to my channel. My name's Mark David. I'm a cartoonist and I'm going to teach you how to draw cartoons. That's right, even if you think you can't draw, because I'm convinced anyone can learn this stuff. I've taught thousands of people cartooning and that's what we're here for today. Today I'm going to show you how to draw a cartoon frog. So grab a piece of paper and a pen or pencil and work along with me, because I'm going to go through it step by step how to draw a cartoon frog. And we start with a simple circle. I'll make that nice and dark. There we go. Simple circle. And a couple of eyes. And I like to draw the eyes sort of half closed, makes the dog look a little bit sleepy, a little bit more chilled out. And some eyeballs. And now the upper part of the frog's mouth, like a great big overlapping oval. And then we draw the frog's body, the frog's belly. And I'm going to draw the front legs now. Or are they legs or are they arms? I think they're more like arms. I'm going to call them arms. On this channel, they're called arms. There we go. One arm. If there are any frog experts watching this video who knows better than me what they're called, I'd love it if you commented down below what they're called, arms or legs, but I call them arms. Okay, now the back legs. They're quite big. And we draw the oops, other way around. Calf muscle. And start drawing the feet. And the toes. Run out of space on this side, that's okay. Run out of space, no big dramas. I'm going to make that nice and faint. And I'm going to trace it to show how it looks in nice, clean line work. That's what we cartoonists do all the time. We draw in rough version first, and then we go through and neaten it up with some final line work. So I'm going a little bit carefully. And the advantage of doing this way too is if you make any mistakes in your first version, you just draw right over the top of it. See, that's the thing. I make mistakes all the time in my drawing, and I just draw over the top of it. And maybe I learn by my mistakes. That's the best way of having a mistake. And once I delete the mistake, once I delete the original line work, no one would even know. So there we go. If I'm allowed to make mistakes in my drawing, then so are you. That's only fair, isn't it? So there's our frog, and I'll delete the line work, I should say delete the rough version. And there's our frog sitting there staring out of the screen at you. So that was one frog. I'm going to delete that. And if it looks like I'm squinting, that's because I'm squinting. The modern monitors on computers are such high resolution these days. I struggle a little bit with my 60-year-old eyes to make sense of what I'm seeing. I can see the screen okay, I know that's out there, but the interface elements are written in such small type that it's a bit hard to see what's going on sometimes. So squint away and layer. There we go. I'm going to start another frog. This one is going to be a frog not from the front. It's going to be not from the side either. It's going to be sort of in between, a sort of a semi-profile. 2 eyes, and draw the eyelids and a couple of eyeballs to show which way it's looking. And then we'll draw the top of the frog's mouth, give him a bit of a smile, a bit of a curve up at the end. We like our frogs to be happy. And now I just draw the frog's body, where the frog's body is going to go. And the frog's arms, I call them arms this time. That's my decision about what I'm going to call them on this channel. The advantage of having your own channel, you get to decide if you call them arms or legs. Who'd have thought an advantage like that? Okay, so back legs. Hope you're keeping up with me. Okay, and the feet. And the toes. And I'll just draw the other back leg around the other side and the toes coming around the back. And once again, make that nice and faint. And I'm going to use that as a guideline to trace, to make a more polished looking drawing, because you like a bit of polish around here on this channel. So it makes people think that you're really good at your drawing, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if someone says, gee, you're really good at drawing, just say, well, thanks. It's all due to learning cartooning with Mark David, the exciting new video channel on YouTube. And there we go. So you see, I'm just tracing my first version. And then when I delete the first version, there we go, I'll delete the first version now. Oh, I should draw the other back leg looming up the back there. There we go. Now that's another frog. I'll draw a bit of shading on the ground to show that's not just hovering in midair. And there's our second frog. So once again, squint at this interface. Modern computers. It's called a retina screen. I mean, seriously, whose retina are they talking about? The fonts are too small. I mean, everything is very technologically amazing, but when I was at art college, we studied typography, and one of the first things they teach you was don't make your fonts too small, because if you do, people can't read it. And that's me. So if I squint, yeah, I struggle a little bit with the fine print on my monitor, but the monitor itself is very technically amazing. I love the fact that they can make stuff like that these days, draw another frog. I'm amazed by the technology, not so amazed by the interface design. I wish those interface designers had attended my first year typography classes to learn, don't make the fonts too small. There we go. So a couple of frogs' eyes. It's going to be a jumping frog this time. And just draw the top of the frog's mouth and the frog's body. And the frog's arms, not legs, frog's arms. And back legs. So once again, I hope you're keeping up with me on your sheet of paper with your pen or your pencil. And the feet with the toes. And once again, I'm going to make that nice and faint. I'm going to trace it to get a neat version. because the guidelines are helpful, but they can make it look a little bit messy. And not that it's necessarily bad being messy, but it can be a lot easier to understand what your drawing is if you make it not so messy. Like clarity. As I said in another video, no one ever laughed at a cartoon they didn't understand. So you have to make it clear what you're drawing and what your captions are. I'll talk about that in another video, and I'm going to delete the guidelines and do a couple of speed lines because the frog's jumping. And there is our third frog. So folks, I hope you were able to keep up with me. I hope that you enjoyed this class on how to draw cartoon frogs. It wasn't too difficult, was it? It didn't take too long. 11 minutes and 10 seconds so far. So that's not bad for drawing 3 frogs for the first time. And if you did like this video, I'd be very grateful if you clicked on that like button, which is down below. I think it's down below. I've forgotten. And if you subscribed, I've reached 1 subscriber so far. I'm very happy with that 1 subscriber. So I'm well on the way to 2 subscribers. I know there are people out there who boast about being on the way to 1 million subscribers. Well, all in good time. This is just a new channel. Thank you for watching.